My name's Haley.
I am Dana.
We are going to do something different this morning. I really just want to recognize one of our drivers. Just finished a 3-year lease with Success Leasing, and that is a wonderful accomplishment. We are so thankful for the time and the effort that Michael has put into leasing his truck with us. Last night, he was able to have his lease completion dinner. That's something that you earn if you were on the lease for the entirety of it for 3 years. So he went to Fire and Ice with his dispatcher and leasing and really just got to eat and drink and be merry and have fun. So if you want to come on up and your dispatcher, Steven, wants to come up, we just really want to say thank you publicly and just all the effort that you put into, leasing with Success and everything you've done. So we really appreciate it. If you want to introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Mike. This is actually my 3rd completion, so I've been around a little while. And it's been a really good company to drive for. And even having Steven as my dispatcher. But no, it's anybody that's considering lease, it's definitely a good way to go. You can make some decent money doing it. And you just got to be diligent about everything that you do. It's probably the key to it. I'll
just add that, and hopefully I didn't ask you if it was okay to say this, but, Mike was one when he came in, and you guys started on the lease side. And actually I was on the company side at the time, but we shortly merged or got together when I went over to the lease side. But, I know you guys bought a condo in Florida. That was something that you guys, when you got going, you were able to do. And of course, Mike's been a trainer in the program for ever. I mean, almost since you got in here. And, now we've been talking here. He's going to look at doing some instructing also, which he did early on and kind of got out of it. But just a great guy that does a great job. And, literally one of the good success stories that we often hear.
See, I'm going to interrupt the order here for just a minute. I want to bring Steven up and Michael up again. I don't think we really ask enough questions of these two. So I'm going to just back up a minute. And to have an operator, this is your 3rd lease, right, Mike?
Yeah, my personal 3rd lease.
So you've been here how long?
Almost 12 years now.
Yeah. Why did you come here?
Because it's a great company.
I didn't tell you to say that, but that's a pretty good answer. Now, his fleet manager, Stephen Ray, I guess he probably picked all the good loads and hand-fed you the freight.
Yes.
You guys never had a crossword?
No, never.
Never.
Now, honestly, I didn't handpick the loads, as you know, and we do have a crossword, but it's very, very seldom. Very seldom.
Yeah, so
we kind of think alike.
I'd say you're not a fleet manager. I'd say you're a business partner.
Correct. Yeah. And like Steven said, we maybe once, twice a year, we might have words and we work it out real quick. So.
Well, and I wouldn't say like they're not
words, just disagreements on a load.
Like, hey man, what are you thinking here?
Yeah.
Oh, when you're looking at a load and he's saying, I don't think I like that load.
Well, sometimes I fly by the seat of my pants and he knows that.
I've heard that.
So he may be saying, hey, hold up here, look at this.
How am I supposed to make this load? I didn't see that.
So has he had any late deliveries or how's he do on service?
He's perfect on that.
100% perfect.
Yeah.
Jam up.
Right.
I mean, doesn't miss.
Well, and I'll throw out too, I mentioned earlier about him being a trainer. That's also, one of his trainees, one of his old trainees joined us for dinner last night as Mike's guest. And he's got a good relationship with the trainees that he has trained. A lot of those are still here with Prime, which speaks, Steve, you've been around a day or two. That speaks volumes for the job that Mike does.
It really does. I don't think we can discount the relationship side of this business. And to have a guy like Mike that has tremendous experience and does such a terrific job, stay in touch with those you train.
Oh yeah, we stay in contact, most of us, on a daily basis, actually.
So that's terrific. They have questions, you got answered, right?
I even have questions of them from time to time. So.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. So it's a team effort. No accidents, or how's your safety?
Yeah, I'm coming up on the 2 million mile mark. So.
We always now we always put everything as pre-COVID or post-COVID. And
Yeah.
I can't remember. I think it was pre-COVID, so that would have been 3 or 4 years ago.
So Mike, did you run the network or did you run regional or what was your status in our network?
I run just about every load that Stephen will give me.
Yeah.
I don't turn much down. Every once in a while, I'll turn a load down if it doesn't work out for what I might be trying to do, or if the money ain't quite right, or if I can't make it on time, then I'll say something to him about it. And he's pretty good about either saying, well, that's all we have, or I'll try to do something better for you.
My guess is it's a rare exception that he turns down a load. Is that right, Stephen?
Very rare.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I a couple of years ago, and I could tell stories forever, but I had 2 drivers and I didn't mean to make the one says, hey, this guy's doing better. And I said, you know what the difference is? He was running the network and you're trying to pick and choose what you do.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, again, part of this business is about trust along with the relationship side. As a business partner, I can tell you our fleet managers, they're all really, really jam up. And all they want is success for you as an operator. Can you speak on that, Stephen?
Well, I mean, we are directly paid off of how the operators do. So it's in our own personal best interest for you guys to be successful.
Yeah. So Mike, just one last thing. Could you tell some of these new folks that are coming into our company just a couple of keys that you think would help them as they go through training and try to develop a professional career with us?
Well, I mean, you just pay attention to what you're doing. You have to listen to your trainer, listen to your fleet manager, get to know the people here at Prime. You don't have to know them on a first name basis, but it's just, talk with people, get an idea of what's going on out there. When you get your loads, make sure you're running your loads, get there first and then take your break. Don't take your break in the middle of the load. Make your on-time deliveries. I know safety hits on it every week, but following distance is huge. I can't tell you how many times where I've had close calls, even with a good following distance. There's just dumb people out there, and we got to try to minimize the dumb accidents. Trust in your fleet manager. I have complete trust in Stephen. I said, yeah, we might disagree on a load from time to time, but I mean, those are very, very rare, and just having trust in him and letting him do his job so that I can do my job is probably the biggest key. And training is huge too. You make a lot of money training, especially when the freight is good, and I'm hoping that's getting better. Yeah,
actually, we're seeing a little bit of an uptick. It's been a challenge here after the COVID, but things are coming back. We're seeing our load count getting bumped up a bit. Stephen, you got something?
Yeah, Steve, I was going to say Mike hit on something that is, I think, is also very key. If I trust him with anything, and that's big. If we, the fleet manager, don't trust a person like, man, this load's tight, it pays really well, but this person is typically pushing the limits or late, we'll move that over to someone else. So Mike had said it's huge to keep that on-time service up. And as he said, get in there, get your break. Where if nothing else, you're going to Walmart, they're not going to take you early. We can't go in early, but get that break in so that you're ready to go once you're empty.
Yeah. And in closing here, I'm just going to say, Mike, I'm in sales, but you're our salesman because we just sell the service that you give us. We cannot thank you enough for the service you give us. Michael, congratulations. Let's do it all over again. What do you say, man? Thank you. Thanks, Stephen. Proud of you.